Number 30, People versus Leon Odom, 23-842 FH.
Again, you're Jonathan Evans on behalf of the people.
That's okay. You talk to him. So.
I can really, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Leon Odom.
Mr. Odom, can you hear us? Huh? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. So we were here a couple weeks ago and there was a recommendation of probation and we adjourned it to today. So counsel, what are we going to do?
Your Honor, I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Odom. Mr. Odom would like to plead to the violation. We're asking that the court follow the recommendation from probation. However, we did want to address the court in regards to the recommendation because a part of it requires him to do some classes in custody in order to be released earlier than the full year.
Well, my notes show no early release. I'm not sure. I mean, so let me just put on the record what I understood to be the recommendation was revoke and discharge without improvement, 365 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for 175. That number would obviously change because this was a couple weeks ago. And then Dawn Farm and accountable choices and no early release. So I could have written that down wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right on that. I'm just, am I right?
John, I guess we were under the impression that if they were requiring that he do Dawn Farm in jail as well as accountable choices, I didn't think probation could require he complete the full year and then still do the classes. I thought that I had received confirmation that it was
I guess that my note would have been that Dawn Farm and accountable choices would have had to be completed while he was in jail. But I actually wrote no early release. So that's where the part that I'm bringing it up for clarification. And I'm okay to, if we adjourn this for clarification, he's still in custody.
Yeah, still receiving the credit. Mr. Odom, do you understand what's going on?
I understand somebody wrote something down wrong. Now, what I'm understanding is this. I know what the recommendation was before last time. The recommendation was accountable choices in Dawn Farm's program while in custody for early release. Now, this what I'm understanding now is I heard the judge when he said he might have wrote something down wrong, but see the individual that's sitting there, the prosecutor, he the one made the recommendation.
No, it wouldn't have been the prosecutor. Mr. Odom, let's go ahead and adjourn it.
He want to make the recommendation back in May, and then he made it again in August or July. But the thing, like I said,
let me offer you this, Mr. Odom. Let me offer you this. Here's the confusion. So the recommendation always comes from probation, not the prosecutor. Probation recommendation is just placed. It's like a plea offer. And so you're welcome to plead guilty to the violation and I would sentence you to the recommendation. I would agree that I have a question about this too, and I'm not faulting probation. I'm actually kind of maybe faulting my own note taking because again, if you're getting discharged and you're just ordered to serve jail time, I don't know that probation can really require that you do accountable choices or Dawn Farms in or out of jail if they're revoking it. So that's a question. And then no early release was a specific thing that I wrote. However, it could be that if you were to do those classes, you could earn an early release, which is, I think, why it's good if we adjourn today to let your lawyer get to the bottom of that with probation. So that's the only thing I would say to you is that it's unfortunately Agent McElroy White is not the field agent who did this, who put this recommendation on the record. And so she's just operating from her notes. And so it may be that we need to put this off a week or two so that your lawyer can get some clarity. Because if you can get out early with the credit for having done the classes, that's, I think, what you want, right?
Well, I already did accountable choice classes, which is anger management. So I
Mr. Odom,
already
let me explain to the judge what we discussed. Your Honor, what Mr. Odom was looking for, he can't get into Don Farm until we have an order from the court. So even if we don't sentence him today or he doesn't plea, is it possible that he get to get an order to at least bump him up on the list, because it has something to do with the block that he's currently in? And
Well, I mean, I can't, all right, so what I can't do is I can't revoke his probation today.
right.
And what I could do is just order that he complete the Dawn Farm in jail program.
Okay.
And then adjourn this out a couple weeks. And then if that works magically, we're all good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Odom. So the judge is going to put in that order for you to start Don Farm, and then we'll be back. I'll talk with your probation officer to get clarification. Okay.
okay, but look here. So if I do complete the programs, anything, I don't get no early release, what I'm gonna complete the program for then?
No.
It's a waste of time.
Cool.
I'm still gonna do the full time. I still got 180 days left on probation.
Let me just, at least if you start, Mr. Odom, I can talk with probation and hopefully we can get that answer that we thought we already had. Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll amend your probation, or I'll amend the order. I'll put an order in. Let's see.
I didn't hear that last part, because the volume.
No, it's because I petered off into nothing and didn't finish it. So give me a second. All right, Mr. Odom, what I'm going to do is adjourn this 2 weeks. We'll go to that Wednesday, the 20th of November. That'll be via Zoom for all of us. So you're the same, and we'll do that. I wrote on the disposition, the defendant is to complete the Dawn Farms in jail programming. I presume I need a better order than that. So if I'll sign the order once it's submitted that he do that. And again, you're not going to complete it in 2 weeks, Mr. Odom, but if you get started, then at least we can talk about what next steps might be, okay?
All right, but I completed the accountable churches, which is anger management. I already completed
If
that.
you finish that, then we need to get that proof to probation so that they don't need it anymore, okay?
Yeah, she got the thing where she can go on the info.
Yeah, just give me a call, Mr. Odom.
All right,
Okay.
all right, thank you.
All right.
Next day.
I didn't catch the next thing.
The 20th. We'll do that Zoom day.
Thank you.